Hi, thanks for checking out this overview of one of the technologies we're going to be showing and demonstrating at the Gorge exercise. We're going to be talking in this particular video about datacasting. And datacasting is one of the technologies that's going to be in the DHS S&T Next Generation First Responder Spiral 2 demonstration and TechX at the Gorge June 6th to 8th. Datacasting is the ability to use existing broadcast television signals to deliver proprietary encrypted public safety data. So essentially leveraging the existing infrastructure that's already in use and operating on licensed spectrum to deliver public television programming, we can also use it with this technology to deliver proprietary, secure, and targetable information. So when we do that, we get the benefit of broadcast, which is obviously one-to-many delivery of content. So it doesn't matter how many people need to see the video or get the file or the message. It can be delivered, broadcast once, and received an unlimited number of times. So it scales very, very well and is very bandwidth efficient compared to other networks where if you have more people, you require more bandwidth to get the information. So one of the goals of the technical exercise at the Gorge is to show how this can, not only how this works, but how this can interoperate with some of the other systems, Band 14, commercial cellular, Wi-Fi, and some other things that will all be part of the DHS S&T exercise at the Gorge, showing how all of these capabilities can work together with the ultimate goal of making sure that all responders have the information they need at the incident scene whenever they need it. So just a quick kind of overview, and then I'm going to do a demonstration and show you how this works. Today it's pretty straightforward in LMR. They call you on the radio, you talk, you have plenty of voice, but more and more we're seeing demand for data applications. We've got MDTs and laptops, we've got smartphones, either personal or agency supplied, we've got license plate readers, dashboard cameras, body cameras, drones, other devices, and this is just for one person. Now you have multiple people show up in an incident scene, and there's an incredible demand for getting bandwidth and getting information into all of these devices. And one of the objectives of this technical exercise sponsored by DHS S&T is to show how we can have multiple pathways to make sure that the content gets delivered to all of these devices, and that at the end of the day everyone has the information they need to be effective. So here's kind of a high-level example of how this might typically work. There are operations centers around the country. Obviously one in Moses Lake, the Moses Lake Operations Center, where if you're in that operations center, you have access to the information that you need to deal with a particular incident. You can see the traffic cameras. You might, if the helicopter's flying, see the helicopter video or drone video, surveillance video, maybe dashboard video. You maybe have building blueprints or pictures of the suspect, or a photograph that was sent in of the missing child that you're looking for. So if you're in that room, you can pull up any of that data anytime and have access to it. What we're trying to demonstrate and achieve here is show ways that we can extend the reach of the information that's in that room to responders who are not in that room, who are out in the field. And the way we do that with datacasting is to connect the operations center with the TV transmitter and have a mechanism for them to push information directly into that transmitter, which I'll show you here in just a minute. When that happens, it immediately gets broadcast out along with all of the other content that's on that TV signal at that time. So whatever people are watching on TV is not disrupted, but concurrent with that, we're also broadcasting out this encrypted proprietary public safety information. Now today it takes a special receiver to pick up that information. That will be changing in the future. We hope that this will get integrated into unified devices in the future. That's one of the goals and objectives. So for today, this does take a special receiver that hopefully is already installed to the MDT in your vehicle. If not, we'll take care of that when we're out there in the Gorge. But when we do that, we now have another new pathway to get content into that device. A new way that doesn't use any of the existing spectrum, doesn't use any LTE or P25 or anything else. It's a whole new pathway to broadcast information out and make sure you have access to some of this bandwidth intensive content without any concern about how many people are attached to that content, because it's not using any more bandwidth as we expand the list of users. We're also going to show how we can tie this together with LTE to bring in content from cell phones and other sources, and you'll be seeing more about that when we do the actual exercise. Now, in the Gorge, you're probably very familiar with the fact that there is limited over-the-air broadcast television signal that can be received there. And so this actually gave us an opportunity to create a new capability that we're going to be showing for the first time at the Gorge, and that is the ability to stand up our own low-power television transmitter operating on the same television channels and spectrum, but isolated from the full-power broadcast stations so that we can use this to deliver content in just the Gorge amphitheater area for this technical exercise. So you can see from this coverage map, the area in green is the area that is covered by this low-power transmitter. And it covers pretty much all of the area that will be used in the exercise, the campgrounds down to the stage area. And so you should be able to receive it pretty much wherever you are in the Gorge during the exercise here. Now, interestingly, when I mentioned we work with public television, nationwide public television covers an enormous amount of the population, but obviously not all of the landmass, and Grant County is a perfect example of landmass that is not covered by existing public television. It's between the Spokane and Seattle stations, and even some of the low power repeaters that those stations operate to fill in gaps. And so this really did create an opportunity for us to show how we can have not only full power TV station coverage, but also cover some of the gaps here with this same capability, and ideally with the seamless ability to move between full power and low power broadcast stations and still receive the information, one of the things we're targeting to demonstrate. So this may be new to you, but this is actually a relatively mature technology. This has been in place for over a decade now. DHS S&T has sponsored some other similar exercises in Houston and Chicago, and in fact in Houston this was used during the most recent Super Bowl last February, during the Final Four last year. It has been used in daily operations outside of an exercise to assist in some flooding that happened in Houston, where the LTE network was compromised as a result of the flooding, but the TV broadcast continued to operate just fine and was able to push content out with no dependencies on the LTE network, something that we've demonstrated in some of these other exercises and will be showing again in Grant County, but with some of the added capabilities that I mentioned, including mobile reception and limited prototype reception on handheld devices for the very first time. So very exciting that we keep doing new and exciting things every time we get involved in a data casting exercise, and that's certainly the case here in the Gorge TechX. So let me switch over to the live demonstration so you can see exactly what's going to happen during the data casting part of the exercise at the Gorge. So right now we're looking at the command console, the dashboard if you will, that allows an operator to control what content is going to be put into the TV broadcast signal and who it's going to be targeted to. So as a responder in the field, you wouldn't normally see this side of it. This would happen at the operations center, and I'm going to show you the receive side in just a minute here. But I want you to see what's happening when they push information to you. So they'll be looking at, or we'll be looking at locally at the temporary operations center at the Gorge, all of the different video sources that are available to us. And then we can pull up a list of users who have receivers, and these blue ones at the top are groups. So this might be group 1, 2, or 3, or might be police and another group for fire, or whatever it is. And then we also have individual receivers below here. So I'm going to just add a receiver to this system and hit apply, and I don't know if you can see it, but we had the number 5 in this circle here, and now it says 6. What that's telling us is right now 6 people here in Washington, D.C., where I am, are able to see this video live over the local public television station here in Washington, D.C. And so if I go back in and uncheck the box next to that user that I added and hit apply, that 6 will go back to a 5, and now that user can no longer see this video. So we have this ability to broadcast unlimited, but also to control dynamically, turn it on and turn it off for specific users simply by adding them or removing them from the list of receivers that are authorized to receive the information. So now I just turned on my web camera on my laptop here, so you can see me here talking, and now we have 2 video sources. Same video targeting capability that we had for the other one. These can be independently targeted to different people or the same people, but now we have 2 sources. I also just got a notification that a new video is available because my laptop happens to be on the automatic target list, so as soon as this video popped up, I got a notification that I can now click on this and watch this video off the air. So you'll be seeing this as well, and we'll talk about that some more when we're out there and in this at the end of this demonstration. But you'll get a notice, just like if you use Outlook, when a new email comes in, there's a notice that there's a new video that you've been targeted to. And when that happens, if you click on it, you can watch that video live off of the air. Now, I'm also going to pull out my cell phone and turn on the camera on my cell phone. You can see me holding up my cell phone here. And when I hit the button on my cell phone, now I've got a 3rd video. This is video that's coming from the camera in my cell phone. So as I move it around my office, you can see that I'm holding the cell phone up. You can also see that now I've been automatically targeted for this new cell phone video. Here's another notification that I can watch this cell phone video. So now we have 3 video sources, and each one can be independently targeted to a different group of users. I'm going to turn this off so I can use 2 hands again, and also show you how you think of TV broadcasting and you automatically associate that with video, and that makes perfect sense, and that's one of the best use cases. But we're not limited to video, even though it's broadcast TV. I can add my laptop here to the list, and let's say we're going to send out an Amber Alert. Amber, and we'll type a message. This is a picture of the child, and I will attach a picture of a child. So now, just to review what I did here, I'm creating a message that I want to broadcast out over the television broadcast signal, and I've targeted just me. I've created an Amber. It could be a test, an active shooter. It's just a way to identify the incident, and a message that I want to send. This is a picture of the child, and I've attached a picture of the child. So now when I hit the transmit button, and this is what the operator will do during the Gorge exercise, is they will transmit this out and target it to you in your police car. And when that happens, it's now putting together that message, creating the message, sending it up to the TV station. And here's our message that was just sent up to the TV station. And there it is coming in.
This is a pic of the child.
So let me close this down so that I can separate the send from the receive side. So you saw what I did on the send side. This is what happens on the receive side. This is what will get triggered in the patrol car. You don't have to do anything. It's completely passive. You can be using your computer for whatever. This little window at the bottom will pop up and say, here's the message. The message in this case is, here's a picture of the missing child. And we can see a paperclip icon here that says File Attachments. If I click on that, I can see that there is one file attachment, and if I open that, that happens to be our picture of our missing child. And just to be clear, all of this information, the message, the picture of the missing child, was all delivered to this laptop over broadcast television here in Washington, D.C., with no dependencies on the internet or LTE or any other networks other than the send side of what I did. On the receive side, it was all completely handled over the broadcast television, so I could be out in the field with no connectivity whatsoever and still receive messages, still receive pictures, images, still receive video. And you'll see next to the paperclip icon here, there's a camera icon that says available video feeds. If I click on that, just like the paperclip icon showed me available files, this shows me available video feeds. So here's that video surveillance camera that we were looking at earlier, and there's someone walking out the door. And so this video is also getting to me to show to you over broadcast television. No dependencies on any other networks. So now I've got messages, I've got file attachments, I've got live video, all from this interface here that allows me to get to the file attachments, the videos, and see the messages. Now this will time out, and we can go over this in person at the Gorge, but I will say that if that goes away, there is some software here, this incident one, this orange ball. If you right-click on that and say Show Last Crawl, it brings it back, and now you have access again to the file attachments and the videos that are available. It doesn't scroll forever just because you may not want it in your way if you're busy doing something else. So that's the Datacasting overview. Here is my contact information. After you look at this video, if you have any questions, feel free to drop me an email or give me a call. My cell phone number is here. Feel free to call me during the exercise. If you need me to come over and assist you in person, I will be there. I look forward to meeting you at the Gorge, and thanks again for taking a look at this Datacasting overview.